Indeed, homeschool time. Indeed. I don't know how you got here, how you're seeing it before I even put it on the screen. But hey, good to see you. Welcome. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. So Mr. Hamster was laying in bed here because I can. Hmm. Hmm. Oh, God. Jose Cuervo. Yeah, tequila's pretty good. I like it. Don't drink it often. Once a year. It's Christmas, What the hell? Have a little tequila. Not the normal thing for the old hamster. So, reason.com. Biden, the president, is set to sign. Are you sitting down? $858 billion defense budget. $858 billion. That's the white budget, right? The black budget, the behind the scenes, really super secret stuff. I mean, you hear all the time, well, the Pentagon lost $2 trillion. No, they didn't. They know exactly where it is. You hear what I'm saying, right? So, President Biden set to sign an $858 billion Pentagon budget, one of the biggest ever. Now, let's just be stupid. Because, I like to do that. Let's be stupid here for a minute. What's a new aircraft carrier? Like a Gerald Ford class or a Ronald Reagan class or one of the really big ones, the big fucking honking units. $2 billion. It's expensive. The ships are very, very expensive. How many could you buy for $858 billion? You could probably get around 400 of these aircraft carriers. How much is a F-35 Lightning aircraft? Couple $300 million crack. Get 3 of those for $1 billion. How many could you buy for almost $900 billion? You get 3 for $1 billion. 3 times 9, 2,700 of the most expensive aircraft the United States has ever produced. 2,700. Where in the fuck is this money going? Don't you have to ask that question? This is not really a partisan thing. It's like, where are you spending this money? What are we getting for this? Now, the hamster knows a little bit about the defense industry, so I know there's a lot of fat in there. But this much fat? There's something really, really fucking fucked up here. Anyway, let's read the story in reason.com. Link is in the description. National Defense Authorization Act. The NDAA. By the way, that's the one that keeps authorizing spying on your ass every year since George Bush put it in place. See what I'm saying? Shut up, you SC spirit. Yeah, some of those never turn out to be true, right? Federal government expanding the military budget enormously. Pentagon spending is set to hit levels not seen since the height of the wars in Iraq and Afghanistan. I wonder what was the today dollar amount of money we spent in, say, I don't know, World War II. What was that with all the strato fortresses or whatever they were building and all the planes, bullets, guns, men, uniforms, food? I wonder what was the cost of World War II to the United States? Just curious. National military budget that the president is going to sign, $858 billion. Now, the federal budget is somewhere around $4-ish trillion. So one quarter or more of the federal budget is being spent on defense. Now, one could easily make the argument and agree. If all this money is being spent on the troops, the men and women who put their lives on the line for this country, for the best gear, the best food, housing, all that stuff, it'd be harder to argue against, but I understand that the average grunt, the men and women who put on a uniform and defend this country, are not being paid that well, and they're not being taken care of, especially when they've been wounded in wars, various things. Not happening. I mean, if nothing else, can we give the men and women who fought wars for this country the fucking gold-plated plan? They do their gig, they come home, they just get, okay, you need a doctor, you just go. Here's a credit card, go. No? I would bet it costs more money to administer this bullshit. Well, we got to make sure these troopers aren't spending extra $10 on aspirin. Then the whole program costs. Just give them a debit card. Give them something like that. You need to get, you're sick, you got something wrong. Here, you go, no problem. Don't even think about it. Just swipe the card and you're done. What's wrong with that? How hard can that be? Oh, no. No, we're not spending that money on people who have put their lives on the line for this country. We're spending it on exactly fucking what? What is the United States getting for $858 billion? Well, of course, we have the troops and we have their equipment and all that stuff. It's a fraction, maybe 10%. $85 billion to take care of the troops and equip them and make sure they got everything. Where's the other 90% going? Where the fuck is all this? Remember what Eisenhower said about the military-industrial complex? I'm sure you remember that, right? Beware of the military-industrial complex. Now, even if you spend $1 million, a couple $1 million on a missile, for example, how many fucking missiles could you buy for $858 billion? Where is this money going? And again, this is the white budget. I know it's racist. This is the budget you see. How much is in the budget you don't? $45 billion more than Biden was requesting, apparently, this year. 10% increase over last year's $778 billion. Where the fuck is it going? What are we getting for this money? We already talked about it. The most expensive aircraft we have is the F-35. And that's what, a couple $100 million, $300 million a crack. Get 3 for $1 billion. 900 billion times 3. Where the fuck is this money going? Whose pockets are being lined? Whose palms are being greased here? That's a lot of fucking money. Where the hell is it going? What are we getting? Could you imagine? And I'm going to go all lefty here and then bleeding heart liberal. What if we had $700 billion to fix whatever problem we want to talk about? Whether it's drugs or homelessness or addiction. $700 billion. Could you imagine what we could do for the people in the United States? Again, here's the old communist. Let me pull out my red hat here. But I mean, if you're going to spend the goddamn money, couldn't you do it for the people? Couldn't you? What is this doing? Well, it's protecting the people because we got the military and we're strong and we got the all these. Well, okay. But this much money? Really? This much cash that you're going to borrow from China? $750 billion just for the military. Representative Barbara Lee says 83 senators voted to pass an $858 billion defense budget, $2.3 billion a day, $2.3 billion, $97 million an hour. You can do the math. It's going to be something on the order of what, $1 million a second or something. $2.3 billion a day. It's unfathomable to us mere mortals how much cash that is. Remember, most of us, what do we make per year, family-wise? 75 grand a year? A year. And the government is pissing away $2.3 billion a day for military spending. Representative Lee says, all being funneled to an agency that has never passed a single audit and can't account for over half its assets. She's not wrong. She's not wrong. This stems in part from a scramble to stockpile weapons after so many U.S. munitions have been shipped to Ukraine. This year's NDAA would authorize $800 million. That's not even worth sneezing over, people. $800 million here, $800 million there. The fucking budget is almost $900 billion. That's 900,000 million, which will be signed into place by the president. Ukrainian military has run through years' worth of missile production capacity of Western suppliers in a matter of months. Well, I understand the way the military works. This stuff is just not laying around in a warehouse. They got to build them every time you use them. I get it. Lockheed Martin, the nation's largest military contractor, has booked more than $950 million worth of its own missile military orders. From the $950 million. I mean, that's a lot of money. That's not 900 billion. One can imagine when you use missiles and you use aircraft, you use ammunition and guns and all, you got to replace it, sure. So Lockheed Martin, the biggest military contractor in the country, well, they got an order for almost $1 billion worth of military stuff. $1 billion out of 900 billion. Where is the money going? If this is the worst example that the New York Times found here, that, Lockheed Martin, those evil fat cats over there at Lockheed Martin, well, they're getting $1 billion to replace all those damn missiles. Well, they're giving us something, I guess. They're making missiles to put back in the inventory of the military. You can understand that. Where's the rest of it going? How many hundreds of F-35s are we getting? Are we making sure our troops that have served or are serving are getting a gold-plated plan? No. Who is getting all this money? Who? Says here the Army has awarded Raytheon Technologies more than $2 billion to deliver missile systems. Okay, $2 billion out of $900 billion. Now, I know this shit adds up, but how many billions here and billions there for missiles do you have to put into your spreadsheet to add up to $900 billion? $97 million a day. Where does that fucking money go? Isn't it about time we start getting pissed about this shit? Where's the money going? Remember, Donald Trump was relegated to a fucking Nazi because he wanted to spend a couple $1 billion on the wall. Remember that? What, 10 days, 20 days of military spending would take care of that problem? Okay. Meanwhile, Congress is scrambling to pass an omnibus spending bill, meaning they can hide all kinds of fucking pork in there and nobody will ever know. I know, right? To fund the federal government through next September, $1.7 trillion proposal. Expected to include even more funding for Ukraine, with the White House seeking $37.7 billion for Ukraine. $37.7 billion for the proxy war in Ukraine. Fucking amazing. Isn't it? Isn't it? All right, let's go to the chat. Undead Chronic is texting me. What are you doing? Why are you doing that, Undead? What's going on? Yeah. Hamster hides nuts in his cheeks. Yeah. Yeah, I wish I could hide $900 trillion in my... Yes, indeed, Andrea Scout. The special projects. I wonder what those are. $900 billion. Wow. Okay. Oh, I was gonna bring this up because why listen to me when we can watch snow falling? Go ahead, paste, boom. There we go. This is the live wolf cam. I don't know where the wolf cam is, but look at all the snow, isn't it? Oh, the weather outside, it's frightful. It's not going to load. Why would it? Why would we want that to happen? There we go. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but the fire's so delightful. Yeah, now we're going to get in St. Louis, the high temperature on Thursday or Friday is going to be 5 degrees Fahrenheit, which is fucking cold. So one can only imagine up in the one fast stack area up in Canada. Boy, it's going to be motherfucking cold. Because, we're halfway through the country here going north to south, and it's going to 5 degrees is pretty cold for St. Louis. It happens a couple times a year, but this is pretty early around Christmas, and we're going to get a little snow as well. So maybe I'll take some video of that because it'll be fun. It's always fun looking at the weather. Joshua Demers Productions. Let's see what Joshua has to say here. It's actually raining in Northwest Florida. Expected to freeze around. No shit. This morning in Florida. Wow. Good Lord. Well, be careful. You won't have to drive tomorrow because nobody in Florida knows how to drive in the snow. It's kind of like Texas. Thumper says 20 degrees Fahrenheit today. Yes, sir. But wait till Thursday and Friday when that cold front comes through. Ooh. If it's going to be 5 degrees for the high in St. Louis, I'm guessing you're going to be a little bit colder. Then again, you do have the lake, right? Undead Chronic getting to call. You having a stream now? Okay. I'll I'll call in momentarily. Anyway, I've said what I had to say. We'll go over to Chronic's show. I guess he's doing a show. So we'll go there. Okay. Well, everyone be safe. Merry Christmas. Happy Christmas week. And we'll talk to you shortly on the Chronic channel, I guess. All right. See ya. Bye.